today making our Scentsy flower magnets to help promote your business. You can hand these out to customers. They're always fun for anyone to receive. I put them in all of my orders. Anyone who places an order, I add this to their bag when their order comes. I also give these out to my hostess. So you can pick out different flowers from either Michael's. I always feel like I'm super lucky if I'm able to get it from the dollar store because I only pay $1 for an entire bouquet, whereas at Michael's they're a little bit more expensive. So this is what our end product should look like. It has our little Scentsy logo. It has my name and my phone number. I like my name and number to be the size that it is in here. Some people add their web address. I just felt like it was almost too much on the magnet. So it's personal preference to how you want to do that. And then on the back is where I've hot glued the magnet. So I'm going to take you through the steps on how to make these flower magnets to help promote your business. First of all, we're going to need your flowers. You're going to need some wire cutters of some sort. I had bought a pair from Michael's or the dollar store, and they just didn't work very well, and then my husband gave me his little set. You're going to need your paper with your logo and name and number, and then I just copy those throughout and then cut them into the little squares. You're going to need a glue stick to glue. You're going to need a hot glue gun. And then you're going to need magnets. And I get these from Michael's. They're called Pro Mag. It's 50 magnets. They're this size. So, again, I got those from Michael's. And then you're going to need your clear stones. Another, like if you can find these at the dollar store, awesome, $1. Otherwise, if you find them at Michael's, I think they're around $3. So, those are all the materials. And I hope I said the hot glue gun. So what I do is I take my flower, I cut it, and now I have the plastic on the back and the little centerpiece in the middle there. And I'm just going to take the whole thing apart to get all of that out. Now, some of them will have an extra piece of plastic in here, so you just want to make sure all of that plastic is out. So now I just have the actual flower. I'm going to take a stone. I'm going to take my glue stick, and I'm going to put some glue on the back of the stone. I'm going to take my little piece of paper with my logo and glue that to the back. So now it looks like this, and most of the time it's going to have that little extra paper. That's completely fine. You take your scissors, and I noticed mine was a little uncentered, so make sure it's centered so you can see all your info. And I just take my scissors and cut around to clean that up. Now I'm going to take my hot glue, and I'm going to put a pretty generous amount in the center here of my flower, just to hold that stone. Throw the stone in, careful so you don't burn your fingers. I set that off to the side to kind of let it dry. I learned the hard way. A couple of times I flip it over, and then the hot glue comes out, and then I burn my fingers. So I just set that off to the side, and I go on to my next one. So it's kind of nice to set yourself up so you can just do this kind of an assembly line rather than cutting each time. So I already have everything pre-cut and just ready to be glued together. So again, I take my stone and then I glue my piece of paper to it and trim it once again. That's pretty common. Just trim it up. Another generous slab of glue into the center there. And now I can even check on my other one, and it's fine. So the stone's glued, and the glue didn't come through on this one. I also want to make sure, so when I give these to customers, if I don't put enough hot glue on there, they'll put them on the refrigerators and they will fall apart. I've had a couple fall apart, so it's just better just to be safe and put that generous amount on there. Add the magnet in the center, and then you let it dry. So I'll do this until I have this many magnets left, and then I run out, and then each time I'm at Michael's, I'll pick up extra, or I'm at the dollar store. If I see the supplies, I just pick them up. It's always nice to have extras. You never know when someone's going to request a party or you're going to get a big order, to be able to throw those in. I've had vendor fairs where customers you buy anything, even if it's a bar, you get a magnet, and I've had people just come to me just to buy Scentsy so they can get that fun magnet. So lots of different colors, lots of fun stuff. Good luck making your flowers.